canes and goblets. And so you would pull this straw out of the liquid nitrogen, and then we put it directly into a thaw unit. And the thaw unit has a temperature zone, but we like to keep it at about 95 degrees Fahrenheit. And so you would drop that in there and thaw it, and it thaws it immediately. You have a certain threshold on time and a certain allowance, but we try to leave it in for 45 seconds, and we would let that thaw. And meanwhile, you know, you got to get your semen back in the tank. The other semen that's not in the tank, or that you're not using, you got to get dropped back into that liquid nitrogen. So this would thaw for 45 seconds, and of course, an actual semen straw that was loaded with sperm would be drop down in there. Now, depending on what species you're doing, depends on the amount of sperm inside, but full sperm usually is somewhere between 25 million or 50 million sperm per straw, depending on who puts it up and how they put it up. Goat sperm or goat straws are usually loaded to 100 to 110 million per straw. So you pull this out, cut the end off here with the AI tip. You cut it just like so, and so you have it plugged in with a cotton plug in it, and you have an open end now. You would then take, and you would want to be relatively quick, because you don't want this semen to be out too long or it'll get cold shock. So it has a little blue plunger or a little blue tip that you put this semen straw into, and it snaps into place there. And then you take an AI gun, which looks like so, and this is what we call a twist sheath. So the sheath comes on, slides over the gun, and then just simply twist, and there's little grooves that hold it on. Twist till you get it all the way to the end. And then, because it's temperature sensitive, you want to, you know, keep it in your armpit or down in your shirt, or some people will set it down in the seam of their pants. You'll see folks that do it like this. They make little AI gun holders and warmers that you can put there to keep it. Again, this is 95 degrees Fahrenheit in the thaw bath, and so the idea is that you keep everything as close to your body temperature would be. And you don't want to get out and wave it around, you know, and be looking at it too long, because the longer it's out, the more it's cold shock. So that pretty much sums up what we would do inside. Now, the reason you would do this artificial insemination, I guess there's several reasons, but one is genetic improvement. You know, you can maximize genetics of one bull over a lot of cows that he can't breed in one particular time. So you could potentially get, say you had 100 heifers, you want to bred to one bull, he can't breed them all in one day, but you could synchronize them and you could get them all bred, assuming they stick, on one day. You can expect, depending on time of year, you know, heat doesn't help, forage types that they're on, it certainly has something to do with it. The age of the animal has something to do with it. But you would expect, let's say, a 60-65% conception rate or preg rate on AI cattle. Heifers maybe tend to be less. Some can be greater. It depends what protocol you use, because to get these animals in heat, you usually go through a synchronization protocol, and you try to get all these animals in heat at the same time, or dictate when they're going to be in heat, so you know that you can go breed them. Does that make sense? So if you'll go, we can go outside and we'll kind of walk through the steps that it takes.